Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it is for Tuesday, 16th day of June, 24th day of SIVAN. Here we go. Today, we're going to talk about this situation. You're forming a minyan outside, as many of us still are, and about half the men are standing on a deck, and it is a bit of a separate rishus, a separate area because it's raised and it has, border around it and everything. And the other half of the minyan is down on the grass. And the question, of course, is can these two halves of the minyan properly attach to be considered one minyan? Yes or no? You need, whenever you have a minyan, you need your men in one place, and half of them are on a balcony. Is that considered good enough to be a minyan? Yes or no? The men can see each other, and when they see each other, that sort of forms some kind of attachment between the two groups. So what should we do? So we're going to take you to the Shulchan Aruch, actually to the Mishnah Berurah, who discusses this matter, and this is in Siman Nun Hey and Sif Katan, Os Katan Nun Zayin, right here. And we're going to start right from here where he says, De beroin zeh ez zeh, if the two groups can see each other, afilu b'shnei batim, even if they are in two houses, mamash, really in two separate areas, mitzdarfin, then they can be attached to each other, dumya de just like we say when we need three men to be attached to make a zimun, to bench together. There we say it, lekaman b'siman kuf tzadihei, there we say that you can attach men who are some of them in this house and some of them in this house. As long as they could see each other, they are going to be considered attached. Okay, so if you go according to that ruling, then you can attach the two halves of the minyan, 5 of them on the grass, 5 of them on the porch, and everything is fine. V'yesh machmirin, but there are those who are strict, afilu beroin, even when they can see each other. Okay, so the Mishnah Berurah is bringing you that there are two opinions on this matter. Some hold that half the minyan on a porch, half the minyan on the ground is a problem, and some are lenient. So what should you do based on this argument? So the Mishnah Berurah rules of a makom hadchak, in a difficult situation where for some reason you have to have half of them on the porch and half of them on the grass, efsher sheyesh lahakel. It's possible that we should be lenient in such a situation. That's how the Mishnah Berurah leaves it. He says that you can be lenient in such a situation. Now, I just want you to know that the Vilna Gaon was strongly against this, and he said that the leniency that we have for Zimun does not apply to a minyan, and therefore by a minyan we should be strict no matter what, and never have people half on a deck and half on the ground. So when you get to today's rabbis of today asking us what we should do in this situation, there are those who say that it's problematic. The Vilna Gaon told us not to do this, and the Mishnah Berurah said you can only be lenient in certain situations. So it's a problem, especially when you're going to have the Chazan repeat all the brachas of Shemona Esrei, and those brachas could be considered like levatala for nothing because you don't really have a minyan answering amen to that. So what I'm going to conclude here is to ask you to ask your rabbis how they rule in your situation. You should certainly try not to have half your minyan on a deck and half the minyan on the grass. But if you're in a desperate situation and you have to do that for some reason, you better speak to your rabbi because there's a big dispute here, as you saw, as to whether this should be allowed or not. Okay, thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.